Let me ask you a question. Have you ever bought something, coffee, clothes, a trip, a random Amazon package, and instead of enjoying it, you immediately felt guilt? Like the joy lasted 5 seconds and then your brain went, should I have spent that? I really need to start budgeting. I'm so bad with money. Here's the wild part. Most people don't actually have a money problem. They have a guilt problem. Because money isn't just math. It's emotional. It's tied to stress, self-worth, and sometimes even shame. And today, I want to show you how to spend without guilt, while still saving, investing, and building a solid financial future. Not reckless spending, not treat yourself until you're broke, but intentional, guilt-free spending that actually works. Before we dive in, I want to invite you to the 7-day conscious spending challenge in my community on School, The Smell of Money. During this 7 days, you will become aware of how you're spending your money. No guilt, no judgment, just awareness. So many times we're buying things subconsciously, like blinking our eyes. We don't even think about it. And then when it comes time to pay the bills, we're broke. We're like, where'd all of my money go? One of my clients had gross receipts of over $300,000 for 2025, and her bank account had a zero balance. She's like, where's all this money? It's so important to be aware of how you're spending it so that you can have overflow. So when you think about it, how do I want to spend my money? Join the 7-day conscious spending challenge in The Smell of Money. The link is in the show notes. You can visit idatemoney.com, smell the money. So let's start with something important. Guilt has never made anyone better with money. Think about it. When you feel guilty about spending, what usually happens? You either avoid checking your bank account, overcorrect and go into extreme restriction mode. I'm not spending any more money. I'm on an austerity budget. Or say, forget it and spend even more. That's not discipline. That's a cycle. And most traditional budgeting advice accidentally fuels this cycle. It says, cut everything fun, eat ramen noodles, stop buying coffee, no eating out, no vacations until you're rich. So you try it. It lasts maybe 2 weeks, then life happens. And now, not only are you spending again, you feel like you failed. A budget that makes you miserable is not a good budget. In fact, I hate that word. We call it the spending plan. The real goal of budgeting, and this changes everything, is about spending in alignment with your lifestyle. It's not about spending as little as possible. It's not about depriving yourself and being good with money. It's about giving your money a job. Every dollar you earn should be assigned on purpose. Some dollars are for bills, some are for saving, some are for investing, some go towards debt. And this is really important. Some dollars are for fun. I like to set aside 10% for fun. If your budget doesn't include fun, it's incomplete. It's like you're working for nothing. You're working to pay the bills. You're working to survive, not to thrive. And the money goal isn't just survival. It's financial freedom, peace of mind, enjoyment. Guilt-free spending starts with one mindset shift. You're allowed to enjoy your money if it's planned. Here's the guilt-free category rule. If it's in your budget, you don't feel guilty about spending it. That's it. This was a game changer for me. When I created the Fun Money account, I started spending money with calm and confidence. And even when my spouse asked me about it, I was like, that's in my Fun Money account. So you create a category for fun money. Call it what you want. Personal spending, lifestyle spending. And once that money is allocated, you get to enjoy it. Spend it on whatever you want. No second guessing. No mental math, no shame. I actually created an account with Fidelity, a checking account that earns 1% interest on whatever the balance is. My money transfers over there from my personal account. And every month, the only rule I has is to spend it and enjoy it. Some months I have so much, I get to treat the people that I'm with, and I absolutely love it. It is the best dopamine hit. Once you set up this Fun Money account, not only does the shame disappear, but you get to spend guilt-free. You can include things like those special lattes, clothes, eating out, hobbies, small splurges, random joy purchases. The key is that it's pre-decided. You're not asking, should I buy this? Can I afford this? You already answered that question when you made the budget. And this is exactly what gives you guilt-free spending. So let's talk about extreme budgets. They don't work long term. I know. I used to be a bankruptcy paralegal, and my job was to create budgets for people after they filed. And they would look at me with their eyes glazed over, like, how is this going to work? When you cut out everything for fun and you restrict your diet to ramen noodles because you feel like you don't have enough money, or you're freezing cold because you're afraid to turn up your heat, your brain goes into scarcity mode. Scarcity says, this won't last. I need to get it while I can. One purchase won't hurt. And eventually you binge spend because our brain rebels against restriction. We get tired of depriving ourselves. It's the same psychology as crash dieting. The people who succeed long-term aren't the most restrictive. They're the most consistent. Consistency comes from balance. That means saving for the future while enjoying the present. You don't need to earn 6 figures to do this. You just need clarity. Besides, most of my clients are 6 figures and they don't have 6 figures to their name. They're spending more than they're making and they have no idea where their money goes. That's why they hire me and come into the Wealth Accelerator or the Aligned CFO mentorship. A simple, guilt-free budget is a way to structure your money. First, we have fixed expenses. These are non-negotiables. Your 4 walls: housing, transportation, clothing, food, insurance, your minimum debt payments. And then there's the future you. This is where you pay yourself first. Your emergency fund, your safety net, your future fund, investing, extra debt payoff, long-term goals, even small amounts count. We have to start somewhere. Progress beats perfection. And then we have the guilt-free spending account. This is your fun money. It's not what's left over, it's intentional. And here's the magic. Once your fixed expenses and your future goals are covered, you can spend the rest without stress because your priorities are already handled. When you think about how to stop feeling guilty, even when you've messed up, because you are going to mess up. Let's be real. We're not perfect. I remember all the times I messed up. In fact, I filed bankruptcy at 22, stayed debt-free, invested 30 to 40% of my income for 2 decades. Something snapped at 40. And before I knew it, I had racked up over $100,000 of debt. It was an emotional spending issue because I felt deprived. I had set all my money on auto, did not have that fun money account. I ended up overspending. I'd look at my multiple income streams and say, this isn't enough. I didn't even know what enough was. You'll forget about it. You'll blow the fun budget once a month. When we set up these money goals, these money buckets, when we plan for our money and create this personalized spending plan, we're still going to mess up. You're still going to overspend. You'll forget a bill. You'll blow the fun budget once a month. It doesn't make you bad with money. It makes you human. The key is how you respond. Instead of, I'm terrible with money, flip it to, okay, what happened and how do I adjust it for next month? Guilt keeps you stuck. And you can't get over that guilt until you acknowledge it. Your thoughts are the most powerful tool that you have. And whatever you think is true. So what lies are you believing about yourself when it comes to trusting yourself with managing your money? This is why the 7-day conscious spending challenge is so helpful in helping you rewrite that money story, changing those thoughts to create overflow. And this is exactly what we'll be focusing on in 2026. Guilt keeps you stuck. Curiosity moves you forward. Money is a skill. Skill improves with practice, not punishment. Give yourself grace. When you remove guilt from spending, something powerful happens. You enjoy purchases more. I remember that first time I used my fun money account, I did not want to set up 10%. I chose 10% because, hey, 10% was going to savings, 10% was going to giving. Why not give myself 10%? But I had to do a $20 challenge before I could spend it because I didn't feel worthy. You see, it had nothing to do with the physical relationship with money. It had to do with my emotional spending. And once I took that baby step and spent that $20, I'll never forget it. I bought a pair of black jeans. These jeans, I literally just threw them away a year ago. You're talking, this was back in 2016, 2018. It was a while ago. But the point is, I've had to work myself up to that 10%. And now I just spend guilt-free. And I enjoy purchases. The nervous system has completely calmed down. You get to enjoy your purchases more and stress less about money. And we bring in essential oils to help you get to this place faster, to regulate your nervous system using aromatherapy by combining the breath, the scent with the thoughts and the feelings so that you can regulate your nervous system, change that relationship with money, and feel calm and confident and in control. The financial freedom that you want comes from guilt-free spending. You get to feel in control. You get to stick to your plan longer because you created a customized spending plan built on your desires. And ironically, people who allow fun spending often save more, overspend less, and feel richer, even on the same exact income. Because peace with money is worth more than perfection. So if you remember one thing from this episode, let it be this. Money works best when it supports your life, not when it controls it. You don't need to feel guilty for enjoying what you earn. You just need a plan that lets you do it on purpose. Budget for your future, budget for your responsibilities, and yes, budget for joy. Because the life you can enjoy now is part of financial success. And remember to join us in the 7-day conscious spending challenge in the Smell of Money school community, where you'll become aware of exactly what you're doing with your money so that you can shift it and start being calm and confident with your cash flow, creating an overflow. Join today, idatemoney.com, the Smell of Money. The link is in the description. And remember, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it's what you do with it.